The next one then, number 9 in the series, Secrets. Another nice photograph of this young lady looking across here at what, thinking about what are they about to say to each other? God, is that really her, or is that them, or what's happening over there? And so we've got this situation of the secrets of interrelations, interactions between people. Somebody in their own little world over there, these two chatting, normal conversations going on, but for me the most interesting is the way that they're looking over there as to what's happening off the page. Somebody recently mentioned they were admiring my drawing skills, which is very nice. Drawing, as I say, doesn't have to just be with line. Drawing is with shape, drawing is with colour as well. And what I'm doing here is just, I've marked up into quarters and then eighths on the picture and here as a basic grid. If I'm working out of doors, I tend to just do that with my fingers, and I can see through then a basic grid there. I can go halfway, quarters, whatever. Once you've established your first couple of marks, of course, everything is going to relate to those, isn't it? You've got 2 bits of scale on your paper, you know where everything is going. In this case, it's easier because I've already got a frame, I've already got a window I'm looking through. If you're taking on something out of doors or on plein air, then you've got to make a frame, either use a camera obscura, a piece of frame cut out of card, or look through your fingers or work out what's happening. Once you've made those first 2 marks, everything else is relevant to them. So here I've made my quarters and eighths, and I've just worked out where that head comes here, and I've worked out then that her head is about the same level here. I've come down from the back of the quarter mark to here, to the back of the head here. So I know that if that's the back of the head here, that's about the shape and size it's going to be. It's going to come down just outside that quarter to here. But if I work out the height here, across from that shoulder to there, it's about a third up. So if I come to here, a third up is about there. So if that's a third, that's a shoulder. If that's where that point of the shoulder comes, down to the centre of the head here, then I can work out the shape, the angle of that there. From that angle, I've then got halfway here the chair. I have to make that arc the same. So already I've established those points. I've got that scale on the way. There's her neck, there's the next bit of shoulder. Where's it coming down to? That elbow comes up just beyond, about halfway there. So halfway down here, if I bring a line down, just gently a construction line, that's where the end of her elbow is going to come. The height of it, again, it's about a third up here. So a third up there. There's her elbow. Get that angle correct. You can see how we can very quickly build up just basic geometrical shapes, which is how we're going to paint as well. Once we've got these basic geometrical shapes and angles, one right one to another, then it's getting the colours right one to another. Right, so up to that shoulder there, we've got a collar coming across here, into there, that shoulder coming across there, round at the shoulder down to the back of the arm here. We know that that chair is a third up, so it's going to be coming across here at that angle there. We know there's that shape there for the elbow. Chair comes down and round. Where does it finish? Down here. There's halfway, here's a quarter, and it's halfway in between the two, so halfway, quarter, and it's there, that chair comes. Now I've got a slightly different scale there because this is squarer than this rectangle, so I've had to squeeze things in a little bit. So we're going to have to adjust the drawing slightly to fit the canvas. That, down, get the angle of that right, pencil across, angle, pencil here, it's not quite vertical, slight angle. Where does that piece come there? Just on the crease of the waist there. That angle comes down here. This is about halfway between there and there, so halfway between here and there. Get that angle right. You can see how quickly these shapes build up, just using the pencil almost like a brush, using it sideways just to sketch things out. I'm not going into detail like this with the pencil, using it loosely like that. So a little lesson in the drawing. Every time I teach you something, every time I show a video here, I hope to show you some new tricks, some new ways that might help you. A lovely note this morning, message from somebody who picked up on my YouTube channel from these films, and they're visiting Bath and said, is it possible to to come and have a lesson with me. Well, unfortunately I'm miles away from Bath. I'm up in the North Lincolnshire, but it was lovely to have that comment and how they love films and what I'm doing, and it makes it more worthwhile when you get in touch with me like that and say, hi Pete, really enjoy what you're doing, is it possible to meet up, or let's have a chat even and tell me what you're doing, show me your work. I love to see people's work that's been influenced by what I do. It's nice to see people achieving and attaining. I get as much pleasure from seeing my students produce a good piece of work and succeed and gain confidence as I do from my own. Now that curve there, one there like that. So how loosely we can draw, shapes just come together. Now I'm going to form more shapes here. We've got to get out the angle of the head right, so there's the collar coming over here, the neck comes up to the back, then from that back comes out and round. Because I'm squeezing this in slightly, I've got to bring this out slightly more than I would have done on a normal scale. Up and round. Now the front of the face comes up at that angle, like that, an arc, from this shoulder here. So the front of the face, this is where I've got to get this right, coming up here, round. You know that's tight. You've got that nice angle of things. She's sort of looking round, a bit like an eagle looking round. You've got that triangle there at the neck. Hair comes up, in, round here. Comes forward onto the forehead. Now, we've already got this bit established here, that triangle coming back up into the hair there. That hair comes right back to here. So that's going to be about there. And we've got the ear here. The ear comes about halfway up on the side of the face or on the head, so if I do a line like that, that ear should be about here somewhere. That ear is here, this ear, and then up under forehead, down, back in, that angle there. Her nose is coming just that line there, in, nose, down, mouth. Quick as that. The eye, you're not going to do much with that, but it's about here. Just make approximate marks at the moment. I'm going to be careful because I'm working at an angle here, not straight on, so I'm probably stretching things out a bit. I am, yes. I should really have the easel more around here so I can work straighter onto it, but if I do that you can't see what I'm doing. So I have to compromise a bit and blame you for my mistakes on here. So around there, a little bit shorter in the head now, because I've stretched it out too much, that's better. Now, I have got rubbers, but I hardly ever use them, because what I tend to do is just make a slightly stronger line, and when I paint I can adjust that. What I'll do today is just, the thing with pencils on a canvas is that they tend to smudge, so if I am using a rubber, it takes quite a bit of rubbing to get rid of things. There we go, let's just bring that down a bit, just so you can see where my drawing is at the moment. There we go. So you can see how I'm gradually building up now, coming from the back of her head here, that angle there, we said comes back a lot more, round, down, straighter there, underneath, back down to her collar, her neck and her collar there, coming around, and a bit straighter just there, angle. I want this nice angle of her, quite broad shoulders actually, so let's curve on the arm there. We can just refine things slightly once we've got the basic shapes. So from here, got this hair coming over, from about here comes the next head, and that's coming up just above. So if I come up from there, we've got that bit of a space here. We've got the other bit of head coming back to about there. That's the figure behind. This figure here is on the same level. And I've got a nice shape here. These shapes are important. We're as concerned with the outer shapes as we are with the inner shapes. So if I come to that and look at that space there, here, up to there. Now we know that her head is going to be, it's slightly above, so it's up about here. There's that angle, then there's that angle, then she comes down. Now from here we've got another angle and line that comes up to there, that's that one. That angle comes down there. Her arm is coming up just, and there's a table coming out here which comes just above that line there, so I'm spot on, look. And her hand is just a wedge shape. Keep things simple, don't try and draw all the fingers and everything in, just keep it simple. Simple shapes, which is how we're going to paint it as well. Simple shapes, the fingers coming up there, the book is coming through, finishes here, book comes to here. Just a few marks to indicate where things are. Now we've got that one, this one. So there's the neck, then we've got that shape coming down there, and from that shape comes her head, which we know is about here, slightly above. The width of it, okay, we'll take the width of that head by putting my finger against the tip of the pencil here, measuring that to that. So her head is about the same as his. So if I go like that, come to here, that's where her head comes. So now what I've got to do is come round, down. Where does it come here? Well, if I take an angle around to the front there, that angle there, look, to the chin. So if I take this angle here, we've got that dark bit there. If you just feel that round, that angle there, from here across there, comes like that. There's the angle of her hair. And what we've got to do is face around here, and she's there, look, instantly. Come down to there, come up slightly further, her nose just coming out here. You can see how it's building up. Right, from there, above the head, up, right to the top at a slight angle because of the way the lens is flaring, out. You've got some little bits of push or something here that are quite nice. Now the angle of that chair behind her comes up here, the book finishes here. Now we look at the next angle, come down this far on here, that comes up into here, this elbow, and we've got that triangular shape there. His elbow comes up there, foreshortened form, which means that if I'm coming out towards you, my hand is very large there. If it goes back here, it goes smaller than the hand is naturally. So smaller to large. If it's out there, full length of arm, now the arm becomes foreshortened. So the hand becomes very large and the arm goes short. You hardly see it behind me. If I put the hand completely in front, you've lost my arm completely. This is called foreshortened form. Same with the pencil. Let's put the pencil sideways, put it there, it goes shorter and shorter and comes larger at the front and smaller at the back as it goes away. Foreshortened form. So we've got the arm coming down here, we've got then that piece of blue menu or something she's holding there, that shape there, then the arm coming up here, and around the sleeves like that, the curves of the sleeves. We've got the angle now of this chair, so we can start to establish that. The space, the triangle here between the arm and there's that angle. The chair starts just above here with the chair, comes down, let's see, it finishes here about a quarter, just inside a quarter in, so here we are, 1, 2, there's a quarter. And the chair comes down, back of the chair comes down just inside a quarter. So it's coming down. Where does it finish? In between her elbow and her leg here. So we've got a dark piece here, we've got that leg coming down. Now there's the halfway mark. Just inside the halfway mark, the foot. That's the sort of space in between. That's the angle of the foot. There's the dark bit coming down there. Bring that angle down, We've got the foot coming here, curve it round, comes out under the sole here quite large. There's a foot. Might make it a fraction larger actually, I just want to get the scale right because we're trying to squeeze these in a bit. Now, angle between that elbow and the leg here, so I'm going to bring that shape, now I've seen it, I can bring that shape down a bit and adjust it. And in with that angle, shadow through here, down there, angle up there. Chair's coming down to her arm there, we said. Comes round to here. There's another foot coming in there, just here, look. So down, just there. That's the angle of that one. Comes up at that angle, there, from here. It comes outside this foot, so it's got to come right out to here somewhere. This is his foot there then, and then the little bit of trouser and just coming from there, that shape of a lump of fag or something or other that's there. Out from there to the chair, so now we've got that one, that chair comes out much further than I was thinking there, so give a brother a minute, I was mistaking where that was to. Right, so that line there, it gets complicated doesn't it? That comes from here, to there. So there's a big space, so that comes out to there, comes around, and through this foot comes this bit, and we've got the next little chair there. Oh, yes, that's this bit here. I'm moving across the canvas, where the curve comes, and it finishes here, and goes back to the foot. One shape to another, we're going to get one shape to another. I'm going to bring that chair in slightly now. He comes up here, so this is now forming his coat, so I know where he's coming now. Okay, let's come up from the back of him now. That's where the chair comes round there. He's coming in about here. Up now, the top of his collar is just about level with the top of her eye. So that's his collar here. That bit, round there. We've already got this piece here. His elbow is just about on level with her arm here. So that angle there. There's collar here. Quite coming because I've got to move it across as the thing shrinks into a square rather than a rectangle. His head's going to go back up here. That shoulder there. And bring it a bit lower. The elbow. Down here a bit more. Sharpen my pencil in a minute. So up from there into the head there. Now how large is his head? Head from chin to top of head about the same as from there to there on her. And look, we're about right. Surprise, surprise. Angle of his head here. He's got a slight tilt to it. And his ears coming about here and his neck. His hair comes around there. Sharpen my pencil now. Right, we're back on again. Sharpen the pencil. His head here is just a little bit below that one, and his collar is there. This head comes up from there. Ear fairly high up. That ear is important on this, make the shape. That dark shape there. Collar comes around. This guy's shoulder comes out. Now, at the back of the chair here, he comes just outside that back of that chair. Here. Bring a line up from there. And we've got people behind here. So if I come up from there at that angle, like that, then this fella here, his shoulders coming up from the back, like that, and his head, shoulder comes into that bar there, his head is halfway into here. That figure's behind there, then there's another one here, bar, black sheep. This one comes across to angle to there, and the other one is here. You see how just one shape, like a jigsaw, fits to another. The jigsaw method works with everything. Come back to here a moment. I'll go to this side, and let's look where that chair comes. We've got that one there already. Then between here and there is an ellipse of the table with stuff on it there. Come down the chair side here, quarter there. There's the angle, change things just slightly. That's the chair there, coming out and around. Chair leg coming down. The back of the chair is here. So we've got a curve there with the chair coming up. Come back to this side again. Let's continue with these figures here. Right, he's got a hand that's coming up into the front of his face here. That's quite nice. It's a bit limp, but it'll do. It's the basic shape of the hand. Just indicate the fingers. That's where it comes to. The full shortened form again of the arm coming down. Now coming across from the shoulder, that's that angle there. There we go. And the sleeve, we've got a pink sleeve there. What we need to do, we've got the space under here. Now, the table, from the lips of that table, the table comes out, it finishes there, just inside this mark here, up here, and that table is going to be, there's a centre of the table about there, so the ellipse is going to be something like that. Remember, ellipses are never pointed, they're always rounded at the end, and on that table we've got various bits of cups and saucers and things. We needn't go into detail, just marking them in just lightly at the moment, so know where things are. There's something or other under his arm there, and the centre of the table, right here we've got his leg coming out. Now this is interesting, there's his elbow, then we've got a leg of some sort coming out here, and from his elbow, that's that triangle there, now this leg comes out like this, down here, and that, his leg comes now to about there. Let's look at this shape here, this triangle here. So that's the piece of cloth coming down like that there, out there. We've got this space coming out to the triangle there. We've got that, leg comes right the way through here. The leg then has to come down, and it comes, well, there's the bar there, it comes to about here, that's correct there, the shadow there comes up out there, and then up into the chair. chair comes right down to this one here at an angle. That shape here comes out here. So the leg's just appearing. If you just draw the basic shapes, they will just, the things, don't try and draw a leg or draw a hand, just draw these shapes and the things will just appear. People psych themselves out trying to draw a dog, trying to draw a cat, trying to draw a bird. Just get the shapes right if you're working from objects. Now, down that leg, out comes the chair from here, and just partway down the knee there. But that sort of an angle. And where does this chair leg come? It's about a third in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 approximately. So that chair leg, that's this one, should be somewhere about here. Let's see if this is going to work out. The other chair leg, we've got that one there, we've got that one there, we've got then up here, we've got another chair leg, should be about here. So I'm estimating. We have to just bring these out of fraction because we're shortening. Let's just get this worked out. That's the angle of the chair there. There's the curve of this. That's the leg. That's his. That table a little bit larger. We can adjust things as we go along. Chair that coming up here. That chair back in just about in line with here. So I've got to bring that curve up and over, and it comes up almost in line with the back of the chair there. So we've got this sort of a curve going on, up and over, very high up there, then down, right into there. Now I can hopefully find the back of the chair here. I'll bring it out just a little bit more. We can feel these shapes out there, in there. There we go. And then that one there, and then that's the bottom of the chair, then it comes up to there, a bit higher up. Might be just a bit higher yet, not quite, a little bit higher up that one. Back to here, next chair coming up from that angle there to here, and it's coming about a third of the way up here again, so that's about right there. Down back here, there, and curve. The angle of these chairs now, the angle right the way through there, to finish here, so let's bring that all the way, the curve all the way down there. So we've got quite a steep perspective going up there. So we've got that chair there, then it comes back and goes up onto here. That one there. Another one there, and another one there, and we're finishing about here. These chairs finish about a third of the way up here. That's about right there. Curve. More chair legs coming all the way down on that line I just created. There's a chair that's sitting further back here than the rest. Space in between that and that, chair there, down and out there. There we go. We've got all of those chairs in one foul swoop. There they go there. Which then brings me to that one coming up to here. And across to there, up to that chair leg finishes, up to this one here. And there, yeah, that's it. Just bring it a bit lower, that chair there. And curve it down there a bit more. And adjust these things as I say as I go along. goes there. Not quite happy with that. Space there. There's another leg coming in. That should come there. The other chair leg is behind there. There we go. This table here come up there and come out there, and there's that triangular shape there. That's this one here, where his knee comes up into there. The table comes out, and that comes down to this elbow here. The table comes right up to here, and then comes back over that glass there. And work up higher into the bottle behind the carafe there. That's about right for those. Now we can work on this figure that's coming behind the arm here. There, look. Just where that bit of the wrist is, and it doubles down here to the table. That's the back of the chair, and from the back of the chair up he comes. The chap's head is a bit higher here. Then we come up from there, that shape there, down to the glass. There we go, up to his hand here. Shoulders, triangular shape, hand, there, arm, down to elbow, and here he's got his other hand just coming up into there. Sharpen the pencil again. Well, you could almost say I'm using a pencil like a paintbrush in a way, because I'm just using it loosely like this. So up to the back of his shoulder, then we've got the back of his head up here. We know that it's coming forward, back like that. That's the height of it, so he's here, and there he is. There's a figure behind him that's slightly higher again. And that face is coming down to there, that's where that guy's hand goes. Down into here, down to his sleeve here, down there. And then the other guy from behind's coming through to the carafe here, a bit of somebody's arm or something here. There's a chair there, there's a lighter chair there. I need to find this figure. We've got that line going up back here. And on to his head up there. And there's one in between these figures here. Now, what's this shape like? We've got down to his hand, up, through, and she comes down. This carafe is here. Now I've got to work these shapes out right the way through now. I'm going to leave that and come back across to here. These figures, top of his head, and across here, and these figures are just slightly higher, they're up here. So if I take this first one here, and that one is, again, it's just a bit above, it's about here. So we come down those chairs, up the back of this figure, there's one behind there as well. And this head should be at an angle there, about there. That's it, and then we've got somebody else behind him, a chair in front. His head is slightly higher. And behind that figure is another person just here, smaller in the background. But him, and there's a dark shape coming down in front of him where that one here comes up and through. And that's a little bit lower, that's at the angle level we put here. And he's leaning forward, so he's leaning forward like this. shoulder comes down, arm comes down, that chair comes in there. So that's where that is. Now, we've had to squeeze things in because the canvas is slightly narrow, as we were saying. So now I've got to fix, he's here and he is here. Now I've got all of this lot a bit in between. I'm going to have to make some adjustments here. That figure there, one head there, one head here, slightly higher. He's quite important because we've got a nice dark shape in between there. And that triangular shape there. And then you've got his shoulder, bringing back, and his head behind there, and then squeeze him down a bit. Now all I've got to do now is fit in this woman, and I'm there. So come out with his hand to her shoulder, up to her head. Now her head is just, let's see, that's that one, and there's that one, and there's this one. So her head wants to be here. The shoulder comes up there like that. Then she comes down here. Correct all the bottles and jars. And that one there behind her is a very similar angle. The shoulder coming forward into this shape here. Through here into that guy. The tables. Here we've got a very important bottle. We've got his hand coming down there. That triangle there we had, and then there's a bottle here, almost level with this chin, which is a very important bottle because it's a centre point. It's almost not quite a focal point, but it's certainly a centre point here. Bottle there, table there, and there we are, we've just about got it. Now, finishing off these shapes here, got one angle there. We've got these various lines coming down. Let's see, now that's that one's head there. So here, big beam there. And there's these leaves that are coming in, reflecting very nicely. We're going to have fun with those leaves later. We're about there. We've got to just work out these shapes. Back here, behind these chairs there's a motorbike at that level, so there's a wheel there, and then the shape of that shading comes down there. A few little bits on the ground there with our cork or leaf or something or other just to give some base there. And that's our drawing ready to go.